Mrs. Hermsen and her daughter Victoria. All right, what we're gonna do today, guys, is we're out in the garage. We got bare bones equipment here. Actually, I have much more equipment than you're probably gonna have, but I'm gonna try to catch some water in fast action. Now, what I got going on is I got a regular table, all right? I set up a backdrop. It's a roll of paper. You can use a sheet or a towel or even a blank wall. I wouldn't do this inside because this is gonna get a little bit messy. But I think we're gonna have some fun. And the light just went off, so now I'm probably a little bit too dark. So let's try to get that fixed. I don't know if we can. Nope, we can't. All right, so in any event, let's just get started. Okay, so what we got going on here is I have a vase. I am going to use a wine glass to do a little practice, something with. We're going to do a little experimenting with. A bucket of water, all right? And in back of this piece of paper is a light, okay? It's a flash. So basically when I click the shutter, the light is going to go off in the back. Now I am not going to use, for my first experiment, any sort of side light or larger light on the side of my image. All right, right over there. I'm not going to use that. I'm just going to use the light that's in the back of this piece of paper. And actually, hang on. There it is. Okay. Now, once I click the shutter, it's going to flash. So the light will be even brighter. And that's how I'm going to attempt the first shot. All right. I'm going to use my camera. On the camera is a pocket wizard. The pocket wizard is a transceiver, and one of these pocket wizards is attached to the light that I have in the back of that piece of paper. That's called the receiver. Okay? It's a remote control. It knows when the shutter is clicked. When the shutter is clicked, the light will go off. Let's see if you can see it. There you go. Okay? And I'm going to try to use that backlight in order to create a really cool effect with the water. Let's see if it works. Now I'm also going to use tripods. I'm going to put my camera on a tripod so it stays nice and still during this process. And in a couple of minutes, when I get my exposure, when I set my f-stop and my shutter speed to what I think is most appropriate, I'll let you know what it is. And we'll give it a try together. Okay? All right, let's get started. Okay, so we've been actively shooting, and I started out by shooting with just the light on in the back of that piece of paper, and that didn't work out, unfortunately. What we needed more of a side light as well, and in order for there to be enough light out here today. So I have my camera, all right, on a manual setting. All right, so it's set to the M mode, the manual setting. Currently, I'm at a shutter speed of 250. An f-stop of an 11, which gives me a wider range of depth. My ISO right now is set at 400, which really isn't bad. It's pretty good. And I'm on a continuous shoot mode, where I can go click, 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 click. Now the problem is, in a continuous shoot mode, if you're using a flash, which these strobes are gigantic flashes, then what happens is the flash can't keep up with my shutter, can't charge quick enough. So really, the only flash I'm getting is on the first time. And I know that I would have to make some adjustments in the post-editing process, if I wanted to use the pictures from the second or the third or the fourth picture that didn't have a flash. They may end up underexposed, and my splash may actually be more blurry, because the flash is going to allow me to catch the speed of the water in faster action. All right? So, again, my assistant Victoria over here is going to pour some water over the vase. Now you can see this is getting really messy. I've got a lot of water going on. My backdrop is made of paper. It's just a big roll of paper. So I'm going to cut it, and I'm going to you know, throw this piece away. But I'm going to take advantage of the cool texture and what's happening with the actual water droplets on that piece of paper as we go. So I'm not too concerned today. If I had to shoot this and make sure I had a nice clear white background, I would use more of a plastic background, something that the water would repel off of. Okay, so let's get started and see what we've got. Remember, shutter speed 250, f-stop 11, my ISO is at 400, and let's see what we get with our next shots. All right, I'm going to show you exactly how we're doing this. Okay, so Victoria, ready? Now, one thing that I forgot to mention is I am focusing on the lip of the vase, okay? And I'm doing that in an autofocus mode, but then I'm turning it to manual focus, because when that water starts to run, my camera's going to be looking for the exposure, go you know that feeling? All right, we don't want that to happen. I want to just set the manual focus where I want it. All right, go ahead, Victoria. Let that water fall. Let's see. Very excited. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I think we got some good things happening here, guys. Cool. All right, let's try this again. All right, so we're on to a wine glass. We're on to a wine glass now. Oh. Mia popped in.
Wine glass.
Mia popped in. All right, so now what Victoria's going to do is we're going to do a little something different. She's going to take the glass is full of water, she's going to throw it up into the air. All right, I did the same thing. She held it up. All right, she held the glass up. I focused on her hand, all right, using the autofocus mode, but then I turned it to a manual focus. All right, currently my settings are 250 on my shutter speed, 10 as my f-stop, and my ISO right now, is at 125, and that was looking pretty good. So let's see. Now remember, because I'm using these flashes or these big strobes, I don't want to go above 250 on my shutter speed, or else I'm going to get that curtain, that black, like sort of blockage that happens, you know, when I open my shutter speed. So now remember, if you use this setup anywhere, at school or at your studio, you got to be real careful with your shutter speed not exceeding the 250 mark. All right, Victoria, and go. Oh, smidges.
Too high.
Yeah,
too high.
A little too high. Okay. So her arm was a little bit too high. We kind of missed it in the shot. All right, we'll show you what that looks like later. All right, but we're gonna try it again. So what I'm gonna do this time, I'm going to go a little wider with my lens, so I get more. All right, learn from that mistake. Her arm was not really even in the picture. All right, so I'm gonna back it up, zoom in a little bit. All right, Victoria, lift it up just so I can focus in on it, please. Okay, take a look at my exposure. All right, not bad. All right, and we're gonna go for it. Okay, and go. Okay. Oh, we did catch the stream. We caught the stream, which was pretty cool. And again, I think we gotta go for it again. Ready? Let's go. Ready? And ready. I only got one shot there, but whoa, whoa, whoa! That's a pretty cool one. Okay, I think what I'm gonna have you do is literally throw it across. But I think we're catching it pretty nicely. I really think we're catching it pretty nicely there. That's very
What if I try to like zigzag it?
Zigzag? We can't even get it up straight. Or you could throw it across the table.
Okay. extreme.
Okay, we've been having a lot of fun with the glass and the water, but as you see, we've moved the table out of the way. And Victoria would like to try a spitting shot, which is a great idea. We'll try to catch her spitting the water and catching that in fast action. Currently, my shutter speed is set at 200, okay? Again, I have the Pocket Wizard triggering my side light and the light in the back. My f-stop is set at 10, and the ISO right now is set at 400, and we are going to go for it and see what we get here. All right, so Victoria's going to take a drink, and
You get it?
okay.
Absolutely nothing.
We got something,
That's disgusting.
all right, which is kind of cool, but the exposure might be a little bit too high. It's a little bit too bright. All right, so what we're going to do is we are going to, let me take a look at my camera here. I can't go up on my shutter speed because the curtain, as I said before in my shutter, it will be too dark. All right, it can't keep up with that flash. So my option is I'm going to take the ISO and I'm going to bring that down to 100. Okay? Victoria, could you trigger our light, please? Our garage light went off, so we had to trigger it back and forth. All right, and then I'm going to take my f-stop and bring that up to 13. Okay? That will give me a little bit less light. All right? Hang on one second. All right, we're going to try the spitting shot now. We have our ISO down all the way to 125. We have our shutter speed at 200, and currently our f-stop is at 13. All right, I focused on Victoria using an automatic focus mode, but then I turned my lens to the manual focus so that my camera would not go looking for the focal point. All right, and we're going to try this again. Hey, Victoria, and go. Oh, she's quick.
Oh.
Victoria thinks she looks unattractive in this shot, and I say anybody that's spitting water generally looks kind of unattractive, so don't do it on a regular basis. Okay, everybody, these are the hazards of working with water and doing these photo shoots. As you see, we have now, or you may not quite see, we have broken our glass. All right, slipped right out of Victoria's hand just as she was supposed to do the shoot. So now we are out of luck, but it's time now to clean up the glass. Things happen. Be really careful. And you know, it's hard work being a photographer. Harder work being a photography assistant. All right, okay? So be careful. Hazards of the job.
I did not think it would break.
Nope.
We should have used the plastic cups that we have in our cabinet.
I thought they'd be too light and they would fall over. Tori, how do you feel about being the spit model?
Very unattractive pose.
Very unattractive. All right, it's going actually pretty good. We're getting some fun stuff here. It's taken a lot of back and forth, a lot of practice. It's getting more fun as we go because we're, you know, getting more playful, and it's kind of silly. This whole idea of spitting. Yes, can it be gross? But maybe when I go and I crop out just the water in the shot, it might be really cool. So we gotta wait to see what happens with the post-production. But we have to continue to get as much footage as possible. All right, Victoria, let's go again. Again, I've already focused. I know my settings, and go. See if we got a good one. Oh, we got something interesting here.
It's a little tiny.
All right, let's go again. Ready?
Wait, let me try to spit like upwards.
Okay. She's getting into it now. All right? Go.
Like a little fountain?
Oh, look at that. Nope, nope, nope.
That was kind of good.
It is. All right, moving more towards the center of the shot. All right, to the paper, okay? All right, wait a second. Now, actually, I gotta recompose now because Victoria's in a different position. I'm gonna have to move my camera back a little bit, recompose. I can crop later. Most important thing is I need to be sure. Hang on 1 second, that I've got the water in the shot. Okay. All right. Oh,
I think that's kind of cool.
it is kind of cool.
But it's very light. You can really see it. Oh,
See?
that was good.
That is pretty good. All right, so we're really getting there, and as you see, this takes experimentation, and that's what we're doing. Having fun with it, getting into it, readjusting lights, readjusting exposures if necessary, and readjusting positions. So go for this, have some fun, and let's try to get some water shots and stuff. Stop the water and fast. Victoria's all wet now. She's getting a little silly. I swear there's only water in that cup.
I was laughing because you